What's up, everybody? This is the Anime Squad Podcast, episode 48. My name is Robbie.
And this is Omar.
And this is David.
And before we begin, don't forget that we have timestamps up on the bottom of the length bar in case you guys want to skip to whatever episode you guys want to hear us talk about. So that way, if you guys are short on time and you guys want to watch a specific anime that we're talking about, then you guys are free to do so.
Yes.
And without further ado, we've been hinting at this for a while now, but Pacific Rim: The Black has finally come out. And
Episode 1.
Episode 1. We're here to talk about it to you guys.
And I'm gonna just say it off the bat. I wasn't impressed by it.
All right. Okay. Before we go full on roast machine here, a little background. I guess we can say that all three of us are big fans of of Pacific Rim. I haven't seen the second one myself, but I really enjoyed the first movie. And based off of that, this anime in particular is a spin-off, I guess, right?
I guess it's like more lore, because like in the first two Pacific Rims, like it's based on Japan and Tokyo and stuff like that. So like that's like their main area where like everyone's kind of safe. And then in this anime they have
good old Australia, the outback.
Yeah, they have it in good old Australia, and it's not looking too bright over there. It's like already like the worst situations is already happening.
Yeah,
right off the bat, and it's just like people are dying left and right. Cities are being destroyed, and it's just like damn. And like even to the point where like the people that are controlling the Jaegers.
Even the Jaegers are not. They're not doing too hot against the kaiju.
Yeah, and basically the people that are in control of the robots and stuff, they basically say this is a lost cause. Like save as many as you can.
We gotta abandon the continent.
Yeah, the whole continent.
So, you know, Australia's a no-go. We're donezo. Bye-bye. Game over.
Get out of here. And so, but now that introduces us to like our characters basically, and we think it's the parents, but it ends up being the kids, and then we see their story, and we
see them grow up, Taylor and Haley, and so I guess we can also kind of go into what our impressions are of the dub. We saw the English dub because for Pacific Rim, it's a Hollywood movie, and we kind of figured that like the English voices would make sense. So what'd you think of the dub?
I thought it was fine. I thought it was pretty good. I like we could tell they were Australians with their thick accents and stuff. So that was cool to hear, like compared to like being Japanese, all Japanese voices and stuff like that.
Yeah. So
that was cool to hear. And I had no problems with the voices. It was just for me the problem was like the story.
For me personally, like Omar brought up, this anime is I don't know, like it kind of gave me like Dragon's Dogma vibes, especially with like the first episode of Dragon's Dogma. I mean, granted, when that anime started, we couldn't immediately tell that it was going to be like a bad anime or anything like that.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing here, but the problem is that like again, that is kind of like the running trend with like these 7 episodes, and that's the length of this anime, 7 episodes.
So it kind of hits the same beats of like Dragon's Dogma, and it doesn't help that it's also run by Netflix. So it kind of has a backtrack there.
Yeah. So and it's just a Debbie Downer all around. Like there isn't much like hoorah or like much camaraderie or anything going on.
It was kind of like you kind of predicted like the worst situation that happened.
Yeah.
Like especially like when they were in the whole Survivor town, whatever. Like you knew like this is not gonna be the whole anime.
No.
We're gonna have to keep moving on. So we knew that thing was gonna get destroyed and stuff.
Yeah, and like it doesn't also help that the characters, like the other supporting characters, like they're kind of interesting, but they intentionally don't go too deep because at the end of the episode they all die. So it's like, why even bother going too deep into their characters if they're just gonna end up biting the dust?
So I mean, if I had to give good things about it, the kaijus themselves, they look pretty good.
Yeah,
the kaijus look pretty good, and the big Jaeger.
The training Jaeger that they used.
Yeah, it looked cool. Mm-hmm. Not my color scheme, but it looked cool.
Yeah. Yeah. For the most part, well, me and Omar, we didn't vibe with this episode too much. And overall, we're going to give it one more episode to just kind of give it a shot. But if things kind of go the path that it's going, we're more than likely gonna drop it. We're not gonna cover the whole series for you guys. So
yeah, but if you like the first episode, if you want to give it a shot, it is all out on Netflix. So
it is, yeah.
You could easily binge it. But our kind of motto here is like we like to review it every week. So to your own risk.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Do you want to give a rating of it? The first impressions of it?
Okay. I want to go for like 4.5. It's like a little bit below average. Again, 5 being the average. I want to say it's a little bit below average. And the reason why is just mainly because of the story. The story kind of really was like down for me. And the animation's pretty solid. Like when they fight, it's really cool. But I want there to be kind of like reasoning behind it, and like the main characters are also not like as compelling. Haley, the sister, she's a little bit more interesting, but the brother is like kind of textbook, like, oh, we got to do things by the books. I got to be the one to protect you, kind of thing. So
yeah. Basically, that's how I feel too as well. And like, I mean, my rating's kind of like similar to yours, but I just give it a 5. I thought it was like average. Yeah. And like compared to like all the other shows that we have in this season, like this is like very low. Yeah. So I'm just like we'll see on the next episode, but like I'm already like I kind of want to cut it, but that's just how I feel. But yeah, that's my impression of it.
Yep.
And yeah.
David, what, do you want to give it a rating?
Well, I don't have that much other than I give it a 5.5.
Okay.
It's an average. It's average so far. I feel like we didn't get much of the, I guess, story-wise, because everything was so fast at that point. There had no connection. So that's the flaw of the show right now.
Yeah, it's just
me. I love the mech itself. I like the kaijus. That was cool. The movement. The CGI itself looks cool at parts, some don't, and I think that's it.
Yeah, pretty straightforward for first impressions, but meh.
Yeah, pretty much.
So we'll see next episode.
We'll see what the next episode has in store, and if it doesn't make the cut, then bye.
And with that, we move on to the next anime we have. Thus Spoke Kishibe Rohan, episode 3.
And this one is a nice change of pace compared to the other two episodes, because this one
Rohan's here completely.
Yes.
Yeah, it feels nice because like the first 2 episodes we covered, it felt like it was like gradually leading towards Rohan being more involved. The first episode was like, okay, he's listening to a story that like he wasn't really involved in. The second episode, he does get involved in, but not till like the last part. Yeah. And this one, it's like it's all Rohan, and it's really nice to see.
Yeah, it's all Rohan and his editor.
Oh yeah.
And they go on a magical journey to this wonderful utopia, like where manners is key.
Yeah, and like the setup is the best way to describe it,
I feel like a fairy tale.
No, the best way to describe it for me is like it's just so JoJo.
Oh yeah.
Because it's like, hey, let's go to this mansion, this neighborhood of mansions where like all the millionaires started off at 25. Oh, what a coincidence! The editor, she's 25 right now, so maybe she might have a shot at this.
Yeah. So she wants to take her shot, not nothing hurt to try, right?
Of course not. No. What's there to lose, right?
Oh, totally. And then literally off the bat, once they get there, we meet up with this strange character or puppet kind of.
Do you have a name? No.
He did. I think I don't know. I had the name, but I can't pronounce it right. Ikiyuku? I don't know.
We got the name on the screen, but yeah, basically it's so weird because like he's like the only character that we actually see on screen, and he's basically set up like the antagonist, but in a sense he's not really the antagonist though.
Yeah, it's
so creative.
Like he's just the puppet, like in a sense.
Yeah, like he's just basically like the catalyst to anything. He's the doorman. Yeah,
he's just a doorman, a plain doorman,
a plain old doorman, and like the whole thing is just, again, it's so JoJo because like everything. It's basically just an interview, like a home. Basically, whenever you want to go buy a house, you want to make sure you set up with the realtor, meet with them and, talk like, okay, what am I going to put down and everything like that. How's my credit? And basically the equivalent of that in this context is that, okay, we're going to invite you to the house and we're going to invite you to tea, but...
Want to know what's crazy though?
What's up?
Out of all of that... It sounds like a boring concept, but when it comes to the Rohan show, the show, the episode itself, they make it so interesting.
It's intense, it's just everything is just like bam, bam, bam in your face, and then like, oh shoot, I stepped on the quarter wrong. Oh no, I didn't like hold the teacup properly. Oh man, you lost your chance. Yeah.
We give you 3 chances and you failed all 3.
Exactly. Oh my goodness. Like again, it just feels so. It's just so intense. And sometimes you might think, oh, it's unnecessarily intense, but then you realize, oh no, every time something happens, you're basically putting your life down on the line, for something as mundane as sitting properly and stuff.
And then out of the these 3 episodes we've seen different art styles, and this one was really interesting. This one had a lot of detail within its.
And a lot of the reason why is because of the background behind why these are, it's because all these OVA episodes are actually all spaced out. They were produced in different time periods. I mean, in real life, I mean, because I think like this one that we saw was technically the first one that was released, which was like a couple months after Part 4 ended, and the first episode we saw is the one that
Part 5.
But yeah, basically around Part 5 coming out. It's just Netflix though. The main issue is just that Netflix kind of reorders everything around, and it doesn't really make sense.
Because it was funny, because what I caught off guard, I'm like, wait, this is Part 4, and this doesn't. Why is he holding a tablet?
Because if you know the timeline on Part 4. 1999 is our summer.
It's very complicated because it's like you see Rohan, represented age 27, so obviously this is 7 years after Part 4. But if you do the math, that means he's 2006. But the editor is using a tablet, which wasn't really a thing until 2010. So it's like, what do you do? I mean, obviously, you can kind of forgive, here and there.
But it's crazy to know that I guess at that time period, when he wrote, he drew this, it was, that's where he brought up the tablet,
I guess so, but then but even though the art style is for Part 8, that doesn't mean this is Part 8. Because that means you gotta pull in the fact that universes and stuff is
I guess it was it's its own thing, the OVA's thing. It's not part of the story,
Right, and that's the reason why Akira from did you guys mention the fact that Akira was around last episode?
Was he?
Yeah, he was the one that wanted
the street. Oh wait.
He was walking the street in this episode, but in the last episode, he was wanting an autograph.
Oh yeah.
And he's just out of jail, which is kind of weird.
I like that though. They're little characters and big villains like that are just they just popped out.
Yeah, like Josuke, he popped out.
Josuke's just chilling.
Yeah, Josuke's just chilling. Has no word in it. But yeah, this episode was so much fun.
Oh, it's so good.
It's just just a bit of JoJo. This episode really reminded me of Part 3 with the whole poker game.
Oh
how simple of an idea it is, but how they execute it is so oh my god,
it's a stand battle pretty much.
Yeah.
It's funny, but it was just one stand versus the mountain gods.
And then this whole OVA series that we've been watching so far, it's just Rohan's the only stand user.
Yeah.
Everything else is just gods or
supernatural
ghosts and stuff like that. Yeah, it's kind of going, in a sense, it kind of feels more like part 1 or part 2 than anything.
Yeah, very, very much so. I think so. And yeah, just a blast. I really watched this.
Honestly, like if I were to critique, these this OVA series anywhere, it's just the fact that this is only a 4-part thing. Like next episode is gonna be the last one, and I'm really gonna miss it. I kind of wish this is kind of like its own thing, kind of like a Goosebumps, but JoJo.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh man, I kind of wish this was like more. Yeah, but it is what it is. We got one more episode to cover, so I'm gonna miss it.
Yeah, I am gonna miss it because it's just more JoJo, man.
Of course, I know.
So we'll enjoy it while it lasts for next week.
Yeah. But yeah, moving on, we're gonna be talking about our next show, RWBY Volume 8, Episode 11.
Yes.
And another. Not so much of a banger. I mean, kind of half and half.
It's
half and half.
This episode needed to happen. I feel like
it did.
It's like characters realizing where they're at and how down they are, and like just to like reflect. Like
you gotta have your self-reflection.
Yeah,
and they needed it for a while.
Yeah, this is long overdue.
Because literally I want to say the past 2 seasons they was just doing and not thinking what was happening, and like it was finally like this episode was like guys, and what are we doing?
And most importantly, don't keep secrets from each other.
Yes.
We're all in the same team. What is there to hide from?
Yeah, exactly. Like
finally got addressed here.
Yeah, like the secrets don't help nobody.
Nope.
Unless, like, I don't know, white lie, but even
unless you're Ironwood and you want to, commit mass genocide on a city.
He had no lies, though.
No, he's straightforward about it. He's like, 15 minutes, bring Penny over here, or I will wipe down Mantle.
Trying to take it out of the equation.
For some reason, I kind of think that, like, Ironwood really wanted to say, and I will wipe down Mantle. Like, it's not even just a choice. He's like, I'm going to wipe down Mantle anyway, but you're going to give me Penny.
Yeah, I feel, no, man, Ironwood's just, he's nuts.
Oh, yeah.
I love it. But yeah, we get a lot of character development, especially with Nora and
Ren.
Yes, and Ren, they get their couple moment.
Yeah, I mean it makes sense. They've been separated for like pretty much the whole volume.
Yeah, so that was very good and cute to see.
Yeah,
and now he actually finally says it.
No, yeah, exactly.
I love you.
So this I thought it was a very good episode, honestly, and just either next week or like 2 more weeks, that would be the last of this season.
It will be the last episode, and like where they left off, I feel like is pretty appropriate because it gives our heroes a little bit of idea chunks to kind of plant the seeds of what the next episode may have in store. So that will be pretty interesting to see. Hopefully it pays off well, and this volume at least ends off in something interesting to see.
Yeah, some hope.
In this.
As this episode was very entitled of.
Yeah, I know, but we'll wait and see.
Yes, we'll wait and see. And with that, on to the next anime. We have Souls at Work, Code Black, episode 11.
Yeah, we're getting close to the end of this one too.
We got way dark on this one.
And if you think that RWBY had a lot of reflecting, this one really reflected, like, just
from last episode.
Yeah,
even worse.
It is very much a self-reflection type episode, especially the huge thing that happened last episode where the red blood cell's best friend is dead.
Yeah.
And red blood cell is just completely depressed.
I had this feeling, man.
I
had it from the first episode when we saw that one guy, the older
with
dude,
the eyes.
Cell. Yeah, the eyes.
Yeah.
I was like, I have a feeling he's gonna get the same eyes. Guess what, man? He got him here, man.
Mm-hmm.
He was soulless. He was to a point where he wanted to die.
Yeah, I mean, like, very justified too. The funny thing was that I kind of thought that the judge that they showed off in the spleen, I thought that that's what they were going to go for. I thought he was gonna say, "Oh, I'm going to have you thrown out or whatever. But it's funny because the red blood cell actually wanted himself to die, and then like the judge was like, "No, you will die when you have completed your duty. You cannot die like this. You have work to do."
Yeah.
That was an interesting pep talk right there.
Yeah, and it was supposed to be a pep talk, but if anything, like as I felt like with the red blood cell, it made me more depressed. Like, oh my god, now I'm not doing my job, and I'm terrible cell. So screw this body. I really don't want to be here.
He does say screw this body.
Oh yeah. At the end, it was just like yeah, man. Like the body needs a wake up call. Like your cells are dying, literally.
The cells are yelling at you.
Yeah. And then we the big
gout.
Yeah, the gout.
Yeah,
our enemy.
It looked like an Evangelion angel, like the one that's like a cube. It reminded me of that, where it's like it doesn't have like a personality, and I think that was really clever to kind of portray it that way, because it's like, you know, we don't know if it was like if it's a good guy, a bad guy. I mean, it was destroying buildings, but it didn't necessarily, like, they even said it, they don't have a taste. It's not breaking or anything.
It's just hurting the person.
Yeah, and then the white blood cells, like all their recoils and stuff, like destroying everything else. It's like, yeah,
they just take out machine guns,
RPGs,
assault rifles.
They were doing more damage to the city.
You know, and the funny thing was that it's crazy to me because it's like, why weren't they this armed to the teeth last time when they were fighting the other cells?
Because like the whole time I thought when they were fighting the athlete's feet, there was only those 3 white blood cells.
Yeah,
and then
I guess maybe because the body was reproducing.
Like you're recovering, maybe.
Yeah, that could be it.
That makes sense.
Because it tends to happen to bodies in general. You know?
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Because I was like, where were all these white blood cells before, man? Like that athlete's foot would have been taken care of. We all went there.
I was thinking about that too, but I'm like, wait, no. You know, blood cells in general come back.
So the question is, does that also account for their weapons as well? Do you think that also is just manifest? Maybe?
I know we were joking around, but I was like, I imagine my white blood cells being John Wick, like, you know, they're packed to the teeth, bro. They're just killing my germs.
I mean, yeah. If that were the case, then I'm pretty sure they could eliminate any disease. Cancer?
You're going down.
You're going down.
Unless they can't fight it yet.
Maybe.
But I really like the ending of this episode a lot. Because, you know, it was
I had some feels for this guy, man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Who wouldn't? I mean, like, this guy was... He's been trying so hard on like, him... He's been super hard on himself and super hard on like the body and stuff.
The hope he had, man.
And it's also reinforced by the fact that like one of the last scenes we had, like right before his best friend died, was like basically him giving him that bittersweet pep talk of like
the lady too.
Oh yeah, the lady cell.
Yeah,
like everything, it just kind of like, it just works. Like it all just culminates together where it's like, you know, things like this are gonna happen. This is a cold black situation. We're gonna be living through this hell, but we might as well live this hell together rather than just be by ourselves.
I just like that they replay the same message, but it works perfectly here.
Yeah,
because like he's not getting through his head
because it's set up. That's how it works. That's how they get you.
It's a good setup.
Though. Yeah.
I mean, yeah. It'd be kind of weird if it was a bad setup. Imagine it's like
there's some bad setup.
No. Imagine, no. I'm imagining like they play this out of context. It's like, hey, you know, if we work together, you know, we can do anything. And then it's like,
okay.
I love
this doesn't make sense at all.
I love the speech that the white cell says to him.
Yeah.
To her.
Yeah.
To him.
Yeah. I mean, that was what helped psych him out of what was going on in his head.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, there's still more of this anime because it kind of seemed like the end, but like
I'm worried about how it's gonna end.
Yeah, me too.
Who knows?
We still have that saying like the body's gonna die. But we'll see on the next anime.
Yeah, and speaking of the next anime, we move on to supposed kid from the last Dungeon Boonies moves to a starter town, episode 9, and this one. Okay, so think of like that one episode where like the king and like the guard gets possessed by a bug, and then also think of the episode where like the secretary gets possessed by the tree and combine it.
Yeah, basically all these past elements of this show is coming back to light and
culminate into one big mass.
And the reason why it was from the priest and the what was the guy the
Lloyd's friend.
Dude? Yeah.
Lloyd's friend and
Lloyd's childhood friend and this weird creepy dude named
which is an interesting character to say the least.
Yeah, he's interesting. He's interesting in a sense because you can definitely get a big final boss feel from this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know if he's actually the final boss per se, but like he kind of has that aura, that vibe to him. So, but yeah, so Mikona is basically like the final, not the final, this episode's antagonist.
Yeah.
But it's kind of weird though, because like to me, despite the fact that like this was kind of like Lloyd's first serious fight, it kind of felt like she was important, but at the same time she wasn't important.
Yeah, they really brushed her fight really fast.
Yeah,
because like literally that is like half of it, like not even half, like a good chunk of it is like dedicated to that fight.
Yeah,
for them. But like they brush it off after she gets yeeded.
Yeah.
And then we get introduced to So, and like he is the main antagonist.
Yeah.
And I by the time the end of the episode I completely forgot about her.
No, it's funny too. So like I just remembered they never go back to her at all. Because at least with like the secretary and like the other dude, they're like, okay, let's just wipe off whatever gunk you have, and then like you're better. She's like, oh no, we don't care about what happens to her. She probably just got pushed away or whatever.
Also, what was funny was the snake.
Oh yeah,
the guardian of the dungeon.
Ittara. Yeah.
Oh yes, in this episode they finally go in the dungeon.
Yeah.
I wanted to mention that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And then of course, not surprisingly, this super powerful snake dude is actually the guardian of the village that Lloyd came from.
Yes.
And you know what? I don't know why, whenever I see like a giant snake like in an anime that can talk, I think of that one snake from Naruto, Mamba.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Think of him for some reason. Except like that snake from Naruto is always like the meanest snake you see, and every other snake basically that you see that could talk is usually pretty nice. And it's the same thing with this one too.
And what's crazy is that he ended up dying. So
it's in a sense.
He was the belt itself.
Yeah,
it was revealed that it was the belt that.
That was a pretty cool reveal. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
because
I kind of dig that because this whole time we don't know what this belt is. It's just cursed, right?
Yeah, we kind of thought that like the belt was cursed and like. It just kind of had its own. It might have had its own sentience. Maybe it didn't. Maybe it was just
but just quiet.
Yeah, it was just Vitra, but it was just him being quiet. Yeah, it was nice.
That was cool. I liked that, and and yeah, just that was basically it. I like to think Soul's our new bad guy, and apparently he's from a fairy tale like that Lloyd has read in his past.
Yeah.
So.
He's like he's supposedly a protagonist. So I mean, my guess is that he's basically like a Sephiroth type character, where he's like a fallen hero turned bad guy.
Yeah, so
but
we'll see all about that because I feel like him and Lloyd's friend are our main bad guys at this point.
Yeah, but with 3 more episodes, who knows where this is gonna go?
Yeah,
it might just be set up for the next season. That more than likely. I'm pretty sure that's what's gonna happen. But we'll see what goes on.
We'll see. And the commies are always spot on.
Oh yeah. We don't even need to mention it.
I just like to remind people.
Yeah, this is a comedy show.
Alright, with that, we move on to the next anime, Jobless Reincarnation. I will seriously try this time. Episode 8,
Mushoku Tensei.
Yes.
Finally, some actual... Well, okay. So, the setup and everything that we've had so far in the last few episodes have been really, really good.
Yeah.
But, depending as to what your perspective is, sometimes you want to have that nice conflict go on.
Yes.
And thankfully, this episode gives you that.
Yeah, but before the conflict, it's a big day for a very important character, our boy
Rudy.
Yes, his birthday is right around the corner, and everyone wants to throw a big old birthday party.
Yeah, I mean, if you compare it to his last birthday party, which was his 5th birthday party, this one is way more grander than it was back then.
Yeah,
because they got money.
Yes, they got money, and I thought it was cute. You know,
it was
just the whole house just like making this big deal, and he already knew because he's like he's not that dumb, and he's like, oh well, I'll play along, like, you know, just fool around, like I don't know anything. Yeah,
and it does show like that nice passage of time, because, you know, in reality it has been like a solid 2-3 years since Rudy's been living here with Eris's family.
Yeah.
So it does make sense that, like, hey, you know, this kid that we've basically been housing and, you know, having him teach our daughter for, you know, they're gonna warm up.
Yeah. Like, and so they really appreciate all the help that he's given, and including our tsundere queen over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was something to see. And I guess we got to talk about the other part of the episode with
the elephant in the room.
Yeah, with the whole night scene.
Yeah, the night scene. It is. I can definitely see this being uncomfortable for a lot of people, but you have to consider that, like, this is a moment mostly for Eris and Rudy. And I think it was handled well for what it was. I mean, it could have gone way weirder, way creepier, very, very quickly.
Yeah.
But for what it was, I think it did what it needed to do. It established that level of trust that Rudy and Eris have, and, you know, Rudy, of course, being a little irresponsible with that, just a little bit.
Too much of advantage.
But, you know, you can't really help it.
I mean, he is now 10, right?
Yeah. But at the very least, you can at least chalk it up. Even if you were to take the isekai part out of the equation, you can at least chalk it up to the fact that he's Paul's son, and Paul is
he's a playboy.
Yeah, you know, he kind of has that, you know, thing going on. Yeah. So
yeah, so we know where he gets it from.
Yeah.
So yeah, that happened, and it was uncomfortable, but it was I appreciate it, like, I don't know, in a weird way.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then now the big thing, like the whole conflict thing, like finally arising, because the whole big orb thing in the sky is like, it's just there. Like, what is the purpose of this thing that they introduced last week, I think?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I mean, they basically showed off that weird city in the sky that, you know, it's like really reminded me of like Battle Angel Alita. It's like, it's like, oh, the rich people live there. But anyway, they basically suspect that Rudy is kind of a threat. We need to eliminate him.
Yeah, like a whole bunch of new characters were shown on the screen, and just behold to see on with upcoming episodes to see, and especially like the holy soldier guy that just kicking ass.
Yeah, I mean, he comes in and just gives Ghislaine like a run for her money, which is a huge deal because she's already super strong as is.
Yeah. So I was like, whoa. So there's some pretty new and cool, interesting characters to come in and play.
Yeah, but not before a huge ray of light just comes in and swallows both her, Rudy, and Eris. So,
alright, my question is, do you think they got isekai? No,
isekai back? It'd be really interesting. I've always wanted to see like a reverse isekai situation with an isekai, and I almost never get that with any anime in this genre. So that'd be interesting to see.
I mean, I doubt they'll do that. It's just funny, like, just to say, like, oh, I wonder. Like, you can never throw it out the window.
But I mean, like, what was it? The next title, I don't remember exactly what it was, but the title looked interesting. I think it was said like the time passage or whatever like that. It looks very interesting, so I'm super looking forward to what's gonna happen next episode.
Yeah, so I'm very, like, I've been always excited, but now I'm very excited to see.
Me too.
To see what happens in this anime, none the least.
Yeah, but we'll see. We'll see where it goes.
We will see.
I thought it was more of a time gap.
Maybe they're like suspended in animation for like a few years, like a fairy tale kind of thing.
Oh,
maybe. Who knows?
Maybe, yeah, that could work.
Yeah. Now we move on to the next show, Horimiya, episode 9. I like this. I like this episode. I mean, like, this is definitely like an anime that like has no bad episodes.
Yeah.
But it's very weird to place because this one focuses on a new character. Name on the screen.
Yeah. The bully basically of this.
They show 3 bullies, but one of them is the main one.
We like to call him Zoro, or I like to call him Zoro.
It's the green hair guy.
Yeah.
And it's basically like his redemption, because now that he's know his mistakes, he wants to like redeem himself.
A little bit of background is this bully in particular used to bully Miyamura quite a lot back in middle school, but obviously now that Miyamura is in high school and almost none of his middle school companions are in the same school as him, he gets reunited with them, and they kind of go back to their old bullying ways, not realizing how much Miyamura has changed.
Yeah, it's just like nothing. They want nothing to change, to go back to how it was. But
yeah. They were teasing, and then the gall on these guys. They were teasing him right in front of Hori.
Yeah, man. I mean, they didn't know any better. It's just like, just them doing their usual habits.
Yeah.
And I like that moment where she was like, "Excuse me, are you guys done? You guys done? All right, I'm gonna pound this."
Yeah, they beat it. She taught them a lesson real good.
I appreciate that. His girl got his back.
Yeah, and the funniest part for me was the fact that like after she ran into them again, like Miyamura like hits her.
Yeah.
But the thing is that that's what Hori's into.
Yeah.
Hori likes a bad boy kind of boyfriend.
Because we got that a couple episodes, like that was kind of her kink.
Yeah.
But like this one like really says like that is her kink. Like,
and it's funny too because like the bullies were looking at that and they're like, wait, what?
He could tame the monster.
The thing is that what I got from it is like, oh look, she could beat us up, but she gets beaten by Miyamura.
Oh yeah, no, that's what I was saying too. Yeah, because it's kind of like a hierarchy thing.
Yeah,
where it's like, oh shoot, we're like the bottom of the food chain, and Miyamura's at the top. What happened to us? We've gotten too soft.
Yeah, that's funny. What was I gonna say? But I like even though I wasn't interested in the bully, I liked the lesson it was kind of taught. With like the whole locker scene and like what it was kind of saying about inside or outside. I thought that was really cool to like, because it was very different like of that lesson,
Yeah.
So I was like, oh okay, that's a very interesting take on that lesson I've never seen before. So that was cool in my book.
Yep. Treat others the way they would treat you.
Yes, exactly. And think outside the box.
Yeah. Don't be cramped. Yeah, solid episode all around, but it wasn't something that we were too hot on, but still, it was still a good episode nonetheless.
Yeah, it was still good, but it wasn't my favorite.
Yeah.
And with that, we move on to the next anime. Return of Wonder Egg Priority, episode 7.
Man,
I guess quick disclaimer, there is episode 8, but that is a recap.
That is a recap. So when next week does come around and we talk about episode 9, if you guys are wondering, wait a minute, where did episode 8 go? That's the reason why. It's not us, it's them. They decided to title it episode 8 and not 7.5.
Yeah.
We don't know why, but it is what it is.
Interesting choice. But either way, episode 7, the Rika show this time.
It is very much Rika-centric, and it's not in the same way as it was with Rika's introduction, because Rika's introduction was mostly just talking about the girl that she wanted to save, her fan.
Yeah, like
she wanted to save.
Her goal of why being there.
Yeah, but this one it mostly talks about her personal life with her mom and the possibility of knowing who her dad might be.
Yeah, and
which is really cool.
I really love this episode. Honestly.
Oh yeah,
it was very impactful for me. Like I was like, damn, like you really feel for Rika, like cause from what we know from her, she's very the positive one. She's like the one like lighthearted about the whole situation.
Yeah, I mean, of course, like that kind of comes with the consequence as well, because as lighthearted as she is often either misunderstood or it's kind of hard to tell if she's like trying to go at it wrong as well, just trying to like put people down and stuff like that.
But you could get it throughout the whole episode.
Yeah, overall you can definitely tell that like she's trying to trying to relate to everybody. She's trying to put forth her best in kind of understanding what's going on and everything.
You notice when she had trouble since we saw the scars.
Oh yeah, and like this one in particular, this episode in particular really shows of her actually basically going through her regular routine of cutting herself.
Yeah, like her sadness and stuff, and like almost dying in the other world.
Oof, yeah.
That was very tough to see. Like, like even to a point, like, oh, this is really happening.
Cause it's interesting, cause like we in previous episodes we kind of saw like our characters almost basically succumbing to like them dying, but this one she fully embraced it. She was like, I'm done.
Yeah, she accepted it.
Yeah,
like almost to fully, but
yeah.
Luckily, that did not happen.
Yeah. Thankfully, her turtle, the turtle friend comes in, clutch.
Yeah, and that was a cool attack at the end. I was like, ooh, that was nice.
In general, like it's really crazy because like this anime has just been phenomenal with its animation, but like this episode in particular really did feel like it came from a movie. It did not feel like a TV anime at all.
Yeah, man.
Throughout the whole episode,
like it's so like, mwah, every time.
Yeah, like the art is on point. The animation is just phenomenal. Like, oh my goodness, like this episode in particular has just so much to gush about. I honestly think that this is probably like my favorite episode of the whole series so far.
Hey man, we still got a lot more to go. We still got a lot more to go. Like it's just how
this one was just so solid.
It's just how powerful this anime is with with everything it's hitting. So that's why this season in general, just like as our beginning of 2021, it's just like whoo, setting the bar real high.
and you know the crazy thing is like we've mentioned this before, but like this anime really takes the opportunity to kind of like tell stories out, tell their episode stories out of order. And I don't know, like the more episodes we watch, I feel like I'm able to understand the flow of the story a lot better as the episodes go on. I'm able to kind of like understand the pattern way more. I'm able to get used to it, if anything.
Yeah, so man, like I want more. Like right now.
Give me more, I want seconds.
But yeah, man, it's just a good time, man. I don't know what else more to say.
There's nothing else more to say other than the fact that we're just in it for the ride. We just want more good old Wonder Egg priority goodness. So cannot wait.
Yes.
Moving on to the next show, we're gonna be talking about Promised Neverland season 2 episode 9.
8, I think, right?
Episode 9 or 8?
Oh, okay, my bad.
Is it 9?
Is it?
Or is it 8? Put it on the screen. We got it right here. This one is kind of the same thing as RWBY. It's kind of the same thing as RWBY, where it's like half the episode was interesting and half the episode not so much. Except this one's more of the extreme.
No, this one was more boring.
No. Like I said, this is more extreme because like the first half is like it covers Norman's like backstory and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It covers like Norman's backstory a little bit. But for the majority of like the first part of the episode, it's all just like boring. Like, oh, you know, we gotta find Mujika and Sonju. Oh, we gotta do this.
This episode was kind of fast on what it covered. Like,
yeah.
Like it doesn't really like go in depth like Norman's backstory. We go through it like in 5 minutes. The quest to find our friend demons.
Another 5 minutes, even less.
And like the whole ending was like it's just too fast. Like
it is something like obviously, you know, we're this season of Promised Neverland is in particular is no stranger to being panned for that reason.
Yeah.
But you can definitely feel with this episode. You don't even need like a cluster of episodes. This episode right here is like the best example of like things just feeling like it's just going way too fast for its own good.
It's just too rushed.
Well, not too fast, because
you can follow it.
Yeah.
No, you can follow it, but you're just like, man. Like,
it's not Tokyo Ghoul fast.
Yeah, with that third season, oh boy.
That was that's on overdrive.
It's fast and way too fast.
Yeah, but I think like you said, like the most interesting part was the ending.
Yeah,
the climax of the episode with the whole
when they invaded, even though they weren't supposed to.
Yeah, exactly.
Norman's
plans is on the go.
Yeah,
and it's just like, what happens to those demons? It's just like it's horrifying.
But I mean, like, okay. I need to know what was if the manga version of this was written before or after Batman v Superman. Like, oh my god,
you're being dumb.
It's gonna get talked about online. We have to accept it.
Yeah, because me and Robbie both said it. Like, they have a moment where, like, you know, Norman's there and he's about to execute somebody, and then he says, you know, Emma.
This girl that
is not really important. That scene is not important.
Is it not important? That Norman almost killed a little girl because of that.
The only important thing was what the old demon did, and pretty much is give blood to the little girl.
No, that was by far the most important part of the episode. That's that's not even a question.
Yeah, like that he is still the survivor of that tale that Norman gave a couple episodes ago.
But the whole Emma thing was the reason why he didn't kill her.
Yeah,
that was kind of important, David. If that didn't happen, he would have just like finished her off right there.
Yeah, but like that the whole, like, you know, those demons like mutating and stuff, it was pretty like, damn.
It was gnarly.
Yeah, it was like, oh man, like, you know, they're demons and you know what they do, but you're like, damn, I didn't even want that to happen to them. Come on, Norman.
But that was the dichotomy of, like, the whole killing demons or coexisting with them.
Yeah.
Because again, Norman's philosophy, and you can kind of understand where he's coming from with him being experimented on, is the fact that he has a hatred for demons.
Because of the beginning part of the episode.
No, the experimentations.
His backstory, and I mean, that's the part like that really like kind of saved it for me. But like other than that, I was just like,
oh yeah,
we'll see.
If there's anything to go off of, that ending part of the episode was what basically kept me awake.
Yeah, most definitely. So we'll see on next episode how it's gonna keep us entertained.
Just to tell everyone, we're just anime watchers.
Oh, yeah, we're not.
For now, anyway. I feel like context behind some of this is would probably benefit if you were to read the manga.
Yeah, I like to say so too, like, because from what everyone's saying online, it's like they skip so many parts of
it. Because I think one of the mistakes we made earlier on was the fact that, like, Norman survival was only in the anime.
Yeah,
it apparently is also happened in the manga, but the difference is that instead of having 6 episodes in between of Norman coming back, versus Norman leaving and Norman coming back, is I think like 40 something chapters in the manga, which is huge. We're talking about like 4 volumes worth of material.
Yeah. So we know that this season's gonna be is rushed.
Yes.
So we'll see how they ended in this season, which most people are saying this is it.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see how things wrap up.
So with that, on to the next anime.
Yeah.
We have High Rise Invasion episode 2.
Yep.
And we get a new character, which was kind of introduced last episode, but this time fully introduced. Nise, the blonde girl, which is a interesting character.
Yeah, she has that stereotypical, like, I'm gonna survive this no matter what. I'm going to take whatever step I need to take. Yeah. It doesn't matter if I have to kill anybody. Whereas Honjo, Yuki, is she's not about that. She's like, I'm not gonna play the rules of this game. I'm going to make sure I survive as well as not have to kill anybody to get there.
Yep, and save my brother.
Yeah, and save my brother.
Yes.
Not going to the helicopter without him.
But yeah, we introduced to her and like their whole little showdown. I really digged it a lot, and just like the whole helicopter thing was funny.
Yeah, it was kind of cool because like when they go up to the roof, like Yuki, she starts shooting at the helicopter, to get its attention. But like to me, it just feels like when they open up the helicopter door and like the guy in this just starts shooting at them back. Yeah. It's kind of like, oh, you guys want to play that game? All right, I'll play back.
I just love how like they're just tiptoeing around the bullets, like, oh no. So yeah, that was I thought it was funny. Yeah. But like I think the big thing was like now that because the brother his mask got cracked due to a grenade, now that he's also basically exposed to like the other mask players.
Yeah, they don't like him anymore because
he has a little crack.
The little crack, is kind of messing with his programming. And it's weird too because like even on the first episode when he like when he pulled out his wallet to look at Yuki's picture, like I kind of thought like even then that was kind of giving us like hints that this guy is not completely on the insane killer path that everybody else is. And the crack is it kind of makes it better or worse depending on your interpretation of the situation for him, of kind of getting his memories back. So it's kind of a weird. You have basically this killer guy that's like an anti-hero now, and then you also have Yuki and like now Nisei that has their whole motives and goals that they're trying to accomplish.
So I'm very interested in that. So I like the whole like him being now the anti-hero instead of like the villain that was kind of portrayed in him in the first episode. So that's gonna be cool to see, and especially how he killed that one guy. I was like, nice.
Yeah, he just like blows him up.
So yeah, that's cool. That's cool. I dig that.
Yeah. And now we move on to our next anime, Skate the Infinity, episode 9.
Yes, the conclusion to Snow versus Joe. And did not disappoint. Joe still had some tricks up his sleeve, which were very impressive to say the least.
I mean, like a few tricks is saying just a little bit because on top of what we saw last episode with him just like launching himself like a pinball. Yeah. We also saw him basically changing his air resistance because of like by using his arms to balance the board, as well as use his leg muscles to kick a steel girder that was hanging off a ceiling
with raw power.
Yeah.
But of course, he is not one of the main characters.
So Longa obviously had to show up.
The MC power came in.
And it's kind of weird too because like he was going through the same motions as Reki was, with feeling down and everything.
Like he thought he lost at that point, but who shows up to
Reki? Reki is the one that comes in to give him some boost, give him some morale boost.
Yeah, and I was like, yes, that's what's up, Reki. That's what I'm talking about. You that's your role in this show.
That's what you think.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And then like later on, he's like, yo, I quit this stuff.
He looks at the results. He's like, why am I not happy? Oh, I know why I'm not happy. Because I'm not with him.
Yeah, I'm not skating side by side by him.
Yeah, like he's going off on his own path, and I'm here by myself.
And he won.
Yeah, and he won. I'm not happy about this. That should be me.
Then he's just more and more realizing like, damn, I really am not the MC. Screw this show.
Yeah, so he bails off, and then we see the next match, which was Adam versus Cherry Blossom, and it's okay. So question for you guys: do you guys think the disrespect that Adam gave Reki was worse, or the one for Adam versus Cherry Blossom?
Cherry Blossom.
Okay, it's this one.
No, Cherry Blossom, because he didn't care. He literally didn't care about this race. Because the most
because the Reki one, he was just showing off just to show off.
Yeah, he was, and but I feel like that's still like the most disrespectful because he literally broke Reki to this day that he's like, I quit skating.
That's true.
But with Cherry Blossom, like he wanted his shot, he finally got it.
I mean, physically, you could say that he was more injured because he did kind of take a full skateboard to the face,
which looked amazing.
My dude was at first he was trying to do his finisher on him.
Oh, the love hug, that basically ended Reki's career.
Yeah, so he wanted to do that first, but he blocks it. So I was like, oh,
he dodges it, yeah.
So he's like, oh, all right. Yeah. Then he started doing his other move. He fails at that too. And now the last move, he's like, screw this, I'm done.
No, the good detail that I like is that, like, in every single match that Adam was involved in, he would always have some witty banter or like kind of show off or dance or anything like that. But for most of the match or the most of the race, he was silent. He was like not doing anything other than the love hug. That was it. He was just kind of like just going straight like a normal race.
Yeah, and like I kind of could tell, but like I like that Adam said it himself. Is like, the only reason I didn't want to race you because I knew this was going to be boring.
Yeah.
And like he literally showed to him.
And you're just too overly calculated.
And the revenge thing too, right?
Yeah,
with the revenge.
With Cherry and his he won his redemption.
He don't care about that.
He cares about Eve.
You're not my Eve, Cherry.
Yeah, it's like, the wedding bells. And then when he beat Joe, he's like, the wedding bells have chimed. Oh my goodness, Adam.
Yeah, Adam's just a very fun character to watch.
Yeah, he's a very colorful personality, and we wouldn't want it any other way.
No, I don't. So I really can't wait with Adam versus Snow rematch.
For me, what I'm most curious about is how's Reki gonna bounce off this?
That is true. Yes,
if he is, I don't know.
Yeah, because
don't got much episodes left. I don't think.
Hopefully, it's not a quick solve kind of thing.
I think it's gonna end up being that because we barely have any episodes left.
Yeah. Unless they have a second season.
Maybe.
I feel like if I had to predict, he'll probably show up like in the final race with Snow.
Maybe, yeah.
No, that's my prediction.
Like Snake is gonna be disqualified, and then he comes in to take over.
Yeah, something like that.
He's wearing the hoodie.
Oh yeah, like Adam did when he was younger. Who knows?
Yeah, but very entertaining episode.
Yeah,
I like to say the least, especially with the Joe versus Snow.
Oh yeah, that was beautiful.
That was weird where he was flying for a moment across the shortcut.
Oh, Snow?
Yeah, it was because he was like a snowboarder.
Apparently, right?
That's how he handles things. Yeah,
you can jump over a mountain, bro.
We forgot to say, oh no, skateboard broke. Oh no.
Oh yeah.
Longest skateboard broke.
Oh no.
Yeah. It wasn't really brought up that much. I kind of forgot about it until you brought that up because it's like I feel like that's probably going to be brought up like on the next episode when like Lanka and Reki meet again.
Yeah. That's the only way.
It's a setup for it's a setup for like the next encounter that like Lanka and Reki is going to meet up again. That's pretty much it.
Yeah. I need your touch.
Yeah.
With that, we move on to the next anime. Dragon Quest Dai, episode 22.
Yeah.
And this one was funny.
This one was a very, very nice, relaxing kind of episode.
Yes.
It was all about Leona basically giving us her letting loose, just like showing us her original personality that she had back when she was first introduced, and not have to worry about being like the sole queen and leader of the Papnika army.
Yeah, and I like that. I like because to this point I kind of completely forgot about her personality like that.
Yeah.
So
they're young and free.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So she's like very a whole different character, and I like it.
Yeah, it's really refreshing to see, and this is like her first time meeting, interacting with Pop too. So, and then also seeing like their reaction to just like how department stores work and like the elevators and stuff. It was really cute to see.
Yeah, man, I just like how the characters are just growing more and more strong, especially with Pop. And like at one point, he's flying through the air. I'm like, wow.
I mean, that's not
for me. The most hilarious scene was when Dai got his new suit.
Oh yeah, his new armor. Oh. That is my favorite part of this episode.
Yeah, he was just kind of like moving all slow and stuff.
It looks so funny because he's so tiny with this huge ass armor.
Yeah.
It's hilarious, man. He felt like Humpty Dumpty.
And it's kind of interesting too because like overall throughout the series that we've seen so far, like Dai had been like getting more and more suited up, with this whole armor set and everything. So in a sense, this technically would make it full circle where like Dai is like fully suit up, but then you can kind of tell that like, wait a minute, this doesn't suit like Dai's fighting style at all, with him like being so weighted like a Dark Souls character.
And that's cool, you know. You get the sense like he can't hold all this, you know.
Well, and not only that, but you can kind of tell that like this doesn't fit Dai's fighting style or personality much at all. He's a very like light, nimble kind of character, and he needs to have armor where it matters.
Yeah, exactly. Which is like around the chest and like some shoulder pads.
Yeah,
which is cool. I like the because you know some people might be like, why does he have like a full set of armor? That is why.
The way we fell too was also kind of hilarious too. It was like a Looney Tunes character.
Yeah, it was hilarious, man. But sooner or later we got introduced to our new evil force, kind of.
Well, kind of new because we did kind of get hinted at their appearance early on in the last couple episodes. The Dragon Army.
Yes, because he said he was gonna take on Dai.
Yes. He has the symbol of a Dragon Knight.
Yes, so we must eliminate him.
Which is cool. I like these dragons, like especially the Hydra. They look cool.
Yep. I mean, the Hydras never look cool.
You know, it was funny too, where Pops was acting all heroic. And
I know.
Stuff.
I mean, you know, he was involved in plenty of fights already. You know, it kind of gives him a little bit more confidence.
And then you see Dai as well getting on top of that window and ending up falling down.
Hey man, he's heroic too, man. He's just need to get comfortable in the suit, all right?
Yeah, the only thing we needed was just an extra like goofy yell. I was like, yo!
And then he's like, screw this, man. I'm not gonna get all this armor on me no more. I'm gonna have it last.
That was really cool, and especially since they didn't show off like what he looked like. Right away. They saved it for like towards the end where it's like you got to see what his new look was gonna be. That was really cool.
Yeah, that was really cool to see. So yeah, man, can't wait. I wonder how Dai's gonna handle these dragons.
We also got introduced to the witch lady and the fortune teller.
Yeah, the lady, the old fortune teller that looks very similar to fortune teller Baba and her granddaughter. That was really cool.
Yeah, so. I'm pretty sure they're gonna play an important role, so
yeah,
we'll see what they do next episode, hopefully.
Yep. And now we move on to our next anime, Jujutsu Kaisen, episode 21.
Yes.
This one was just what do you call it? It was
it was basically the aftermath of the
aftermath.
whole.
Was the aftermath,
but it was funny.
It was super funny, and like it's the way they try to like.
I like Gojo's plan.
Yeah, the way they try to bring it up was kind of like. Oh, you think that they're gonna make it into a regular tournament? That's what everybody was electing on. But then Gojo's like, nah, boys, psych. We're gonna make it to a baseball game.
Yeah, they did like a raffle kind of thing, and
they had Yuji pick out a ticket from the hat, and it's like, oh, it's baseball.
Oh,
that's a baseball.
That's a baseball. Which is amazing. I love this whole baseball scene.
Oh my goodness, my favorite jokes that they had throughout the whole episode were like the little banners that had their names and what they were wanting to do.
Whenever it comes to baseball, they introduce the player itself, and you know whatever they thought or the text they have.
My favorite is the one with Panda. He's like, I want to punch a zebra.
Like what? Why?
You don't want to question what it is. They just want to do. You just want to punch a panda.
You know what I think? Why though? Because the zebra's also black and white, and you know he's a panda.
Oh, he finds offense to that. Yeah, he's like, nah, bro,
I'm the only one.
This is my colors.
I think that's the only reason. That's what I feel like.
I can see that.
But like, there's so many, especially Toto with his little card thingy. His was funny. It's like, oh, Yuji, me were like bros. I was in nationals.
I like how they address that because I'll admit, like, it was really cool kind of seeing them like synergize together when they were fighting Hikona. Mm-hmm. But like, oh no, sorry, not Hikona, Hanami. Yeah. And even I was thinking like, man, they're working way too well together, despite the fact that they were basically they only met each other like an hour ago or whatever, however long that was. But then like it was later explained that like he was just kind of like in the moment. And like as soon as things went back to normal, Toto's still like, yo, you're my bro. We were there together in middle school, and he's like, I didn't even know you was middle school, man.
Hey,
get away from me.
Get away from me.
Like he was on that high, bro. Like all of us watching the show, he was on that high.
It was funny too, cause the baseball game literally was like no one was scoring anything. This was pretty much like 0-0.
This is soccer.
Yeah.
This is soccer, but instead it's baseball.
Yeah, it was because they were pretty evenly matched. Everyone was pretty evenly matched and like
it was
teamwork
funny too because they were getting hit. No, they were hitting the balls and they were getting caught. But the one that was hilarious was the one with
with Toto?
Toto,
oh yeah. Toto gets hit in the jaw and like every single person, whether from the Kyoto team and the Tokyo team and the Kyoto team, were like, oh good.
Good pitch.
Good pitch. That was a good pitch.
And then Yuji's like, oh come on, that's messed up, man.
And then just holding him like an angel kind of way.
Yeah.
Like if he died or something.
Yeah, like Assassin's Creed, just like kill somebody. He's like,
with Chris Kapachi kind of moment. No, yeah, man. I'll Jujutsu Kaisen's amazing, bro.
Yeah, like even this like nice little like this little lighthearted episode is like, oh my god, it feels so complete. It feels so good.
We got a little bit of information with the villains.
Oh yeah, the whole goal, like why they did all that.
Man, you gotta love it when like a villain team is like, oh, I thought of that. That guy. Oh yeah, he was expendable. Oh yeah, we didn't want Gojo outside inside of the barrier.
Yeah, that was all planned. It was all part of my exquisite plan.
Yeah, we knew this would happen.
So yeah, I can't wait to see what happens next since basically the tournament wrapped up.
The tournament is done. The Tokyo team won.
What did you guys? I didn't get the whole sense. Like, what are they gonna target next? Because they're not.
Their main target is to get Sukuna in their side and to eliminate Gojo. Those are the two main things that they want to do by October 31st.
Yes, on Halloween.
Kill Gojo, get Sukuna to join.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. That's it so far.
Yeah, because they know how powerful Sukuna is after that encounter.
Yeah, my guess is that they're probably gonna like, hey, we got 6 fingers, yo. You want to take a bite? Come join us.
Sukuna's gonna just act on his own at that point.
Probably, yeah.
That's a good guess. I didn't think of that. But yeah, we'll see what happens on the next episode, wherever it leads us to. Because we only have a few episodes left, unfortunately. And with that, on to the next anime.
Let's go.
Attack on Titan, final season, episode 12.
Yeah.
And it was very interesting, very like espionage kind of thing.
Very much so. This episode, like a whole lot of episodes we've seen, has almost no Eren. But when he does show up, it's kind of a very big deal.
He has I guess these 3 episodes, it was more like he had support from the people.
Yes, and we get
screw the military.
Yeah, and
get them out.
And we get the official title for what they are. Eren and his group of a group of freedom fighters are called. It's the Jaegerists.
Yes, great name.
Okay, so I want to hear what are your guys' thoughts on what the whole situation is so far before I give my input.
I mean, I was confused at first, like why are they against each other? Like I thought we were all on the same team, but this episode really explains it well, like why this is not right and why Eren is basically the bad guy at this point because he is acting on his own. He's not telling anybody their plan, and basically the whole attack on Marley was like they didn't plan any of that.
So, no.
So they were like, what the hell? Screw Eren, and we don't know what his next plan is, so why are people on their side when they should be on our side? And it's pretty intense how the whole bomb and the whole Eren coming out thing was like the big move, and
it was a huge deal, and almost none of that was planned by Paradise Island or the Survey Corps, and none of that. So they're trying to catch up as we are. They're like, what is happening? Thought we were all on the same team. Yep. And the assassination attempt, whew,
that was well executed. Random chair. Which I know David pointed out, like, is that an electric chair? And like, I thought it was just like a fancy chair, but when you really think about it, I was like, those look like bombs.
Yeah, and it turns out that was it. Yeah. For me, it's so cool because it's like I'm finally watching all these great scenes and story sequences finally animated, and like even like the more mundane episodes, what this technically does count as, it feels nice to have everything fleshed out and just like shown, and it recontextualizes for me. It recontextualizes everything that's going to come. No spoilers, of course, but what's going to come. And I'm super excited to see. It's just what I'm kind of curious of is that like apparently the season's going to last until like episode 16, and we're already on 12. So what's gonna happen in the next 3 episodes? Yeah. I'm really excited to see though.
Yeah, I am too. Like, I hope they don't rush it. Like
they aren't so far. Yeah. So far, they're doing a really good job at adapting this, from what I can see.
So I will. I'm loving where I'm seeing, and we'll see where it goes from there. And I can't forget, we had our amazing shot of Aaron putting on the jacket.
Oh, yep. The iconic jacket scene is finally animated to us.
Aaron looking gorgeous.
That's a man right there.
That's a man's man.
That was funny because when they showed that in the trailer, you guys didn't even know that was Aaron.
I didn't. No. Now that I have the full context of it, like, oh my god.
Hey, 4 years does a lot to a man, all right?
But yeah, man, very great episode. I like this one than last week's one, obviously, for reasons.
I mean, I can see that.
So yeah, and just the setup for the next episode is like, oh, okay, we'll see where it goes from here.
I'm excited for that next episode, for what it's going to bring.
Yeah, exactly. So can't wait for more Attack on Titan as always.
And now we move on to our last anime of this week, Dr. Stone, Season 2, Episode 8.
Yes.
And I think we can fairly say that this is the official start of the Stone Wars.
Yes.
The
war
season entails.
Is the siege. It's happening. It's going in full effect. The first shot has been fired.
Yep.
The first battle.
Yes, and it goes pretty well. They Senku and the group go as planned with the whole copper shield, the tank blowing through the traps they set up.
Yeah,
almost all the way through, and it's going really well for our team of Kingdom Science.
Yeah, because Senku's big braining it.
They pretty much made it to the liquid thingy that they're meant to go.
The miracle water.
The cave, the miracle water, the nitric acid that is coming from that cave.
But what is that?
What?
We're missing 2 characters.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
And they're very big characters, to say the least. In size and in story.
Yeah, good old Hyogo and Tsukasa.
Yes.
This is where the second war started coming in, or the next battle.
Yeah, because like obviously, any given anime, especially if it's a shonen anime, if things go too well on that first sequence, things aren't gonna stay that way. And unfortunately, Ukyo gets hit.
Yeah.
Third strongest guy is out of commission. And Hyogo and Tsukasa are here to mess things up and finally kill Senku once and for all.
Yes, because obviously they brought up the deal again. Like, we can let everyone go, Senku. You know our deal.
Yeah.
I like the fact what Senku says towards the end. He's like, this time I have a group.
Yeah.
I'm not by myself.
I'm not alone. I got my back. I got the Kingdom of Science behind me.
Damn right. And
I love that part.
Do you think we're gonna get some casualties?
No,
you don't think so?
No, I honestly don't think so, because remember, if people do die, then Ukyo is going to personally make sure that Senku's the one that dies. I know that Ukyo is out of commission, but like I honestly think that like he'll make it out okay, and like Senku, he's a smart dude. He's not gonna let anybody like trump him on this case.
If anything, he probably like his arm got injured or his shoulder got injured.
Right. Yeah.
I don't think it was like an artery,
no. The thing I'm saying though is like I know Senku's group is not gonna kill anybody. But what's
you mean on the other side?
On the other side, they don't have that rule.
You know what I think is gonna happen if anybody does die on Tsukasa's end? Not Tsukasa himself, but I'm sure Hyogo. He's not gonna care.
Yeah, he's going full ham. He's gonna do that spinning technique and everything.
He's gonna chuck his own guys at them, and then they're gonna have their skulls cracked open because of him.
Yes.
Hyogo doesn't care.
Nope. He don't give a damn. But yeah, well, I can't wait to see that battle, and just kind of scared, honestly.
Yeah, but so far, my favorite part of the episode was the fact that they used Taiju's biggest strength to their advantage. Like, from day one, when the first episode started, I knew Taiju being loud and stuff was hilarious, and they finally actually put it to practical effect, and they used him to, like, actually make a sound bomb.
That's funny.
You know
that was
what's
cool.
Funny
Sound
too?
cannon.
The whole voice thing.
Yeah.
They try to do the voice thing like, we already know that this...
this is fake.
We're not gonna get connection from here to the United States.
You liar.
In the Stone Age.
I'm glad that they addressed that pretty quickly, because it's like, imagine if they were to carry that for like another season, and then all of a sudden this becomes the next arc. It's like, oh no,
we were lied to.
So I'm glad that they resolved that.
Because one or two of them are like, oh, she's inside the tank.
Oh my god, that was stupid.
Like, wait, what?
I'm glad that was popped like immediately. It's like, no, that's just Gen.
They had hope, guys. They had hope. All right.
That's just Gen doing his Gen shenanigans.
He just appears. He comes out of the tank too.
Oh my god, yeah.
But yeah, that was a good episode. Good episode of the start of the war.
Wait till the next episode, because we finally get to see Tsukasa versus Senku.
And with that, I like to wrap up the animes there.
Yup. Now we move on to our good old news.
Yes, anime news.
Anime news. Oscar nominations.
Yes.
Are upon us. And, you guys might be wondering, why are we talking about this? What do the Oscars got to do with anime? Well, Omar, take the lead.
Well, since the Oscars do have a category with the animation
in mind, yes.
Yes. There was a handful of anime movies that were nominated, but we're basically gonna cover the ones we've seen that were like, oh, I'm surprised that it made it in, and I kind of hope they do make it as a nominee. And with that, I'd say Lupin the Third.
Lupin the Third, the first.
Yes, it's qualifying. We'll see if it gets nominated for an Oscar. And I know the big one I think most people really want is Demon Slayer.
Demon Slayer, the Infinity Train.
Yes, and that I still haven't seen it. I have to get to that.
Yeah, this one, for those of you guys that haven't seen this movie, without context, this is an immediate follow-up to the first season. Highly, highly recommend you guys actually watch that first season before you actually see the movie.
Yes.
Don't just watch the movie thinking that it's like, it's a Dragon Ball Z movie. I can just watch it out of order.
Nope.
Don't build that.
Don't do that to yourself. But yeah, I was very shocked to see Demon Slayer get nominated.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, wow, I have to watch this.
It shows just how huge Demon Slayer is.
Those other ones too, the Miyazaki.
The Earwig.
I am surprised that one was on the list, because this is like, by all accounts, this is like Ghibli's biggest dud.
I think it's just by name.
Yeah, the name.
The reputation of what Ghibli brings to the table.
That's very true, yeah.
And what was the other one? Whisker... something...
Whisker Away. Whisker Away, yeah. That was on Netflix. From a couple people that I know have seen it. They actually enjoyed it quite a bit. It's basically, think of like the reincarnated as a spider, but instead it's a cat. And she's still in the real world. She's not isekai to another.
I think we've seen that trailer.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah, so I need to get to see that.
I haven't seen it either. It looks really interesting.
Yeah, so I'm just glad that these, the anime movies are getting nominated. Just right.
Yeah, it's being considered at least.
Yes. So everyone here in the Anime Squad podcast is hoping for Lupin the Third.
Yeah, that's our biggest nomination so far.
Because it's very well animated, to say the least, and an amazing time, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but of course, there's other competitors too, other than anime.
Yes.
It's glad to see that.
Yeah,
there was a lot of.
Realistically, I feel like if anything, Soul is going to definitely be high up there.
Yes, I would not be mad about it winning, but it was
a fantastic movie.
Oh yeah, I seen it like 3 times at this point.
Yeah, no, same here.
So like, but yes, but I'm just glad that the Oscars are seeing more anime movies and like just knowing how much like how great they are, honestly, just like in the animation category and story.
Oh yeah.
So that's just it's a light to see.
It is.
So hopefully. We both third, please.
I know, but we shall see. Who knows?
We will see. Maybe Demon Slayer.
Maybe.
We'll see. It's a very exciting time.
I know.
And with that, I like to move on to the next exciting anime news.
This one's a big one.
This literally dropped on us today, as of the day of this recording. I can't. You take
I'll bring it up. Okay.
I can't bring it. I can't say it.
Devil is a Part-Timer, a fan favorite anime from the year 2013, is getting a second season in the year 2021 after 8 years.
Oh my god! I can't believe it, man. Like,
this was a huge anime.
It is.
Like, it wasn't like 2013. I get it was like the anime for, of course, Attack on Titan.
Yes.
That was the anime of 2013. But this one was also a huge heavy hitter.
Yes, man.
I feel like this show itself got popular like later on, not when it came out, but when
like it kind of garnered popularity later.
Yes.
That is true, because like this anime actually, I think I remember this anime got popular when it actually came out on Netflix, if anything, because it was on Netflix for a while. That's how I saw it. I didn't see it when it first came out. I saw it when it was on Netflix.
Yeah, because I remember seeing it and I felt like no one was into it at first.
Right.
So that's why I was like, oh damn.
Yeah.
Finally.
I'm curious to see kind of like how it's going to.
The art style is gonna be the same as the manga itself.
But for me, it's just like a big relief off my chest, like, because I've been the ones like why did this anime get a second season and not
for the longest time?
We were both the same.
Everyone here, man, it was like, why is Devil Part-Time Worker did not get a second season?
It's crazy.
It was multiple shows that we were thinking, but this
was like on my top. It was like, come on, man.
No, because this anime is even like older than No Game No Life by a full year. Yeah. And yet, No Game No Life is also one of those anime that like a lot of people have been clamoring for, is like, second season when.
And it's crazy too. At the time, the Isekai was building and stuff like that. Yeah. But this one made it as a humorous way.
But you know what's crazy? I just brought this up earlier today with the Mushoku Tensei. Reverse Isekai. This is it right here.
This is
the reverse Isekai anime.
Yes, this was I want to say the first ones.
Yeah, no, definitely.
So I was like, and I know me and David, we ended up watch the first 2 episodes, and the comedy still holds up, man. Mm-hmm. Like, it's still hilarious to this day.
I love the dub so badly.
Yeah, no, it's very good.
It's really good. Hopefully they cast the same people, because it's really entertaining.
Hopefully,
and just
8 years is a long time.
We'll see if it still holds up.
Because
thankfully the
Japanese is getting their returning cast.
Yeah, they're getting their returning cast back, so that's a relief to hear. If you guys are into the Japanese dub, for English dub watchers like David, cross your fingers that the same cast comes back for that one.
Because
how long did it take for the English dub to even come out for that one? Was it a simulcast, or was it like
no? I think it was like 2 years.
2 years, I think. Around 2. We're not sure.
Who was it though? Was it Funimation or was it Bang Zoom?
I think it was Funimation.
Funimation.
I had to put money on it.
Okay, if it's Funimation, it's probably going to take a while, especially with like the current standards. It's
during that
simuldubs aren't exactly a feasible option. So yeah, dub watchers, you guys are going to wait a little bit. I mean, we don't even know when it's going to. At least it's happening.
No, yes, it is.
At least it's happening. That's the biggest thing.
Don't take my excitement away. Like, it is happening, and I could wait another year or two, but I want it now.
I'm kind of relief with this, but I'm kind of like skeptical, because I'm like, I had to make sure, because it's been a while since we've seen it. That's why we saw like the first 2 episodes, because the art style is different, and there's scenes where our boy our the demon himself,
Mao.
Demon Lord Mao, he has this, he's really detailed well when he's in his demon form.
When he's all muscular and stuff. Yeah.
And from the trailer that I saw, he wasn't at that form, or he was the demon lord, but he he was at the new art style.
Oh, maybe he has like a hybrid kind of thing. So I don't know.
We'll see.
I'll see, man. It's just, I mean, I feel like it's too soon to say.
Well, that's why I'm skeptical in general.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good idea to do so.
It's been 8 years. It's not Attack on Titan where it had 4.
Who knows who died during the production?
We'll see. Very excited to hear the Anime Squad podcast for
that. We still don't know who's like what studio or that.
We don't know whose ghost decided. Hey, let's bring back Levels of Part Timer. Now's our chance.
But I'm grateful for that ghost.
Thank you. And on to the next bit of news. That's it for our anime news. We now move on to the video game news.
Yes.
And among the first ones is, of course, rumors of Nintendo Switch getting a new model with a bigger screen.
Ooh, a bigger.
If you guys have big hands, if you guys are Bigfoot, we don't judge, but sometimes we need to have a bigger console to accommodate for when we travel. Guess what? If the rumors are true, this Switch model might be for you.
Yeah,
but it's cooler too, because a bigger screen, bigger, like you could play with other people,
Exactly.
Other than having it at your house or something, you get me?
Yes.
Because sometimes those screens are tiny, and you could.
They are tiny. I absolutely agree with you, especially when you play like a really high detailed game like Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition or Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
I know I've had the experience like when I played the Smash Bros. Portable and just put it on there.
One thing I hate about too right now with the Switch itself is that it heats up.
That's right.
Hopefully the new console itself fixes that issue.
Yeah, I'm just want to say it's like I guess this is the Pro version of the Switch.
Hopefully.
Liquid cooling on this new model? No, imagine. No, that's going to make the thing way too expensive. Nobody's going to be able to afford that.
Hey, man, people will pay good money, man.
Hey, the Pro version is always the expensive one,
Yeah, but like, imagine liquid cooling. Like, you're gonna have to replace that. You're gonna have to replace that with yourself every like couple months every time you use it.
Jesus.
It's okay. It's gonna come with a nice DIY repair kit.
Totally.
Absolutely.
But yeah, very exciting news. See if it's true or not. It is just a rumor.
Yeah.
So we can't really say it's fact or not. But very exciting. I think most people would really want a better version of the Switch.
I hope a light version comes out with it too. Imagine Nintendo Switch Pro Lite. Or Light Pro.
Wouldn't that just be just the Switch?
The Switch, yeah.
Get out of here.
But you can't take off the Joy-Cons or dock it.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You're making it worse.
No, what if I'm making it better?
No, you're not.
Alright, move on to the next gaming news. This one breaks my heart. Here in the Anime Squad podcast, we're very, very excited for Guilty Gear Strive coming out pretty soon next month. Right?
That's so we think.
No.
What happened? Why is it not coming next month?
It's taking a little bit longer to bake in the oven.
What?
By a couple months. Somebody from Arc System decided to roll back the timer back a couple months, and instead of it being ready,
people were saying there was issues with the
lobby system.
The lobby system.
Yeah, because as you guys know, the public beta was out for the past couple weekends.
Yeah.
And
I
due
got
to
try it.
Yeah, and
it was pretty fun.
Do you think that this delay is warranted for what you played?
No, not really. If anything, they should always release the game and then, if it has any issues, update it.
I think Arc System is just trying to avoid what Street Fighter did. Because Street Fighter. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Street Fighter V's launch was abysmal.
Oh yeah, there was nothing in there.
There was nothing in there. This game at least has everything.
Yeah, the beta, from what I heard, I wasn't able to play it, but from what I heard, is a lot more feature filled than Street Fighter V ever dreamed of at launch.
Yeah.
So,
I guess because a lot of people were like upset about the whole trying to get into matches quicker and like the whole, your little character popping up.
Oh yeah, I remember that was also in the closed beta.
Yeah, so like people are not really like that system. Maybe they're trying to improve on that, make it more easier. Maybe bring back the old system, like the little arcade cabinets. I doubt it. But,
that was really cool.
Yeah, I like that, but I doubt that they're gonna do that. Just maybe make it more easier to match up with people instead of like walking around in the lobby and like try to fight someone, pop out a sword, play with the wrong person.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what they're delaying it 2 months back, and it's a shame, but a good delay. If they're delaying it, that's good because it'll be a better product at the end.
So yeah, June 11th.
Yes, June 11th is the
new date.
Hopefully the final release date.
Yes.
And I'm hoping that this game right here, turns out a lot like what Persona 5's delayed made it turned out to be, rather than what something like, I don't know, Doom Forever
or Cyberpunk
came out to be. So not
like
Doom Forever.
I feel like they don't have that many changes.
Yeah, it's just mostly
Duke Nukem Forever. That's what I meant. Yeah.
I was gonna say Cyberpunk.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's more recent.
Yeah.
If anything, they're being really cautious.
Yeah. I mean, I'm glad they're taking the criticism to heart. So they're like, all right, we'll take it.
Listen to the public. Right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So that was the whole point of the beta, right?
Yeah, and hopefully what we get when June 11th does come by,
we could finally smell the game.
Yeah, that'd be nice. It's been having that stench around for a good year or so. So that'd be nice to actually get a whiff of it.
Been delays, right?
Yeah, the good old delays.
Yes.
Striking back again.
With this sad news, let's change up the tempo.
Let's move on to the next bit of news. Andy Bogard gets a trailer for King of Fighters 15. Omar, what are your thoughts?
Yay.
Omar loves Andy Bogard.
Yes.
I can't say that with a straight face.
Yes. I mean, from what we saw in the gameplay, he looked cool. It's not my type of character. If you like Andy Bogard, no offense to you, but I hate you. With your damn dive kicking Simon kind of move. It's just
Zanaken?
Yes. But he looks cooler. He looks cooler in this version, with the longer hair and more cooler outfit he has on. So I like that they improved his outfit instead of just copy and paste.
This whole game had better improvement, man. Over
time.
time.
Overall this game, like graphically speaking and just aesthetically speaking, it looks a lot better than 14. Than what 14 had to offer. And even if you were to compare it to like what's launched Street Fighter 5 was like as well, like you can definitely consider this upcoming game right here, to be a competitor to that of Street Fighter 5.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, he looks cool. I enjoy how he looks.
I'm just like waiting for Terry, man. They got the wrong brother, man.
We'll get to him. I feel like
He'll be the finale.
I feel like they'll have something special planned for Terry.
I hope so. I hope it's next week where he punches his brother in the face.
Damn, man. But yeah, that's what we got so far for King of Fighters 15, the Andy Bogard trailer. He is indeed here.
Yep, and if you're a man, lucky for you.
Yes.
With that, on to the next gaming news. We talked about it, I think, a couple weeks ago.
We did, and that was roughly around the time when the actual trailer for this character, or these two characters, came out.
Yes.
It's Pyra and Mithra.
Yes.
We got a lot to talk about this one.
It was funny because when when they announced it, and then they also announced Sakurai was gonna do the video for it.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
And of course, like traditional Smash DLC fashion, the announcement for the character breakdown came out, and later that day we got to actually play the character.
Yes.
Yeah, that was pretty quick.
It felt pretty quick. I mean, I think that what it was is that it happened so early in the morning for us here.
Mm-hmm.
At least for me, I woke up and immediately I was like, okay, let me check my socials, and then I saw, okay, there's the live stream. I'll check it out, and it wasn't live, it already passed. But I'll be able to watch it at my own leisure. It's fine.
But yeah, I'm glad that I was kind of right about like I have no attachments to the character, but the gameplay of these two beautiful women is very, very fun.
It is very fun.
It's very enjoyable, and just the whole like switching the two is gonna take a lot to master. But like you could tell both. I feel like this character you do have to use both.
Yes, it's not formatted like it was with Super Smash Bros. Melee with Sheik and Zelda, where it's like they're both completely different characters, and it's just like their transformations that kind of come through.
Because usually back then, you just stick to one character.
Yeah, that's all you needed.
Like the same thing you could say about Pokemon Trainer, you could play Squirtle or Charizard solo.
Yeah, but what I like about Pyra and Mithra is that they're both basically like, besides their specials, they're both basically echo fighters of each other. They both have like the same up air, down tilts, and all that stuff. Smash attacks are also pretty similar with like differing properties, but they're basically echo fighters, and I really like the fact, and they're switching. Oh my goodness,
it's fast.
It's so fast, and you can be able to work it out so strategically. It just it works so well.
It's not with like Zelda and
it takes like a good couple seconds. It's awful.
That's why they made them separate characters.
But not for these two.
No, it's really satisfying to switch out of the two on the fly, and like I said before, it opens up combo potential of like I it kind of sucks though. Like I kind of wish like you could do the side B of Pura, and then I switch out and then use Mithra, just like
right. It's just kind of like it was a combo thing.
Yeah,
but you can't. The sword.
You need to get the sword back.
Yeah, which is like
it's part of
her kit.
It's part of her kit, so you can't just kind of like ditch the sword and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, here's the Aegis again.
Yeah, I don't know, but that's just me being like combo fiend over here.
He's more of the game, not the actual like Xenoblade game.
The lore.
Right, and like even with the lore intact, I mean, obviously we've established that out of the three of us here, I'm the big Xenoblade guy, and like seeing this is really interesting because like I feel like, to me anyway, this is like the one character that I can say is like it's half faithful to like what Pyra and Mithra's moveset is, and then the other half is like original because a lot of the tilts, a lot of the up airs and stuff like that, the ones that are similar to each other are very.
Of course, man. You hardly jump during the battles in general, right? On Xenoblade.
You don't jump at all in the battles.
See? So that's the reason why.
Yeah, it's kind of like how Sakurai did with Terry with his up air. Like he just made it
fly.
One,
that one he just made it fly. Yeah.
That's what I love about Sakurai, man. He gets the characters, even though he's not tied to the property themselves. He learns from the companies themselves,
And like he makes moves that don't feel strange.
And I think like the interesting thing about the fact that about Pyra and Mithra's moveset is the fact that like in the actual Xenoblade 2, they don't actually fight.
They don't.
Well, no, like for the most part in Xenoblade 2, like Rex is the one that fights. That's why for the longest time I thought Rex was gonna get into Smash because of the fact he was the one that does the fighting.
Yeah, we talked about this a while ago where we thought that we're gonna be an ice climber kind of thing.
No, I
might have dreamed that.
Basically like even Sakurai pointed out like if we're gonna do another ice climber, it's gonna be hell.
That was really cool. I'm actually super glad that they brought that up because like. It was nice that they addressed it and the fact that like, Rex is going to be a character, like kind of like with that. Yeah. But yeah, so that was a really cool thing, and again, like we said, like it makes sense that like their moveset, that the kit was going to be different because, like I said, Mithra and Pyra, they never actually directly fight.
Yeah. Okay.
Because Yeah,
and obviously from my first hand impression, I like Pyra more. She's like more my style. Like me being a Nike player and all that stuff. Yeah. It fits so well for me. And I love her up B, honestly. I think it's dangerous. Mm-hmm. And man, I'm glad I was very optimistic with the character. I didn't just brush it off like I did with Steve.
I think what kind of sells Pyra and Mithra is that they are, for the most part, they are very like standard sword characters, but like their biggest thing is the fact that you could be able to switch super quickly between them. Yeah. So you could have your Marth or Lucina style like really fast sword character, and then you also got your Ike or your Roy that's like super heavy and fire based and stuff like that. So
yeah, which I dig. So yeah, I think very fun characters, honestly.
Oh, that definitely.
Yeah, so
I can definitely see myself picking them up as like an alternative main, because they're just super fun to use.
I just want to play more.
Yeah, right.
Play more of the character.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, so I'm glad this character came in, honestly.
Same.
And with that, we move on to our last gaming news.
Yep.
This one's new. I didn't know about this game's existence, but here we are.
Same to us, man. It caught us off guard.
Yes, Mighty Fight Federation. Kind of battle arena.
It's very much reminiscent to a game that if you guys have ever played this on the GameCube, Shrek Super Slam. I'm not kidding with that one. It's very much kind of like a 3D style like beat 'em up kind of brawler kind of game, which isn't very Smash Brothers because you do have health and everything like that, but it is kind of treated more like a party game if anything.
Yeah, like with the whole combo structure they have, like you can bounce off walls.
Right. Yeah. You have a lot of interactivity with the background and stuff, so it's really cool.
And in my first impression, I thought it was like Power Stone. I was like, oh, cool. You get to like
that's true. Chuck
items, especially with the whole camera angle. It feel like, but I think the coolest twist in this indie game was like they had indie character represented, like ukulele.
Yeah.
Ukulele's in the game doing combos. I was like, oh, that's cool. That's very cool. I know Smash would never put ukulele in the game, and
then Toe Jam and Earl. That one was a weird one because like they have not been in any kind of relative spotlight since like the 90s, back in the Genesis days.
They had a remake, I think.
They had a sequel. The Toe Jam and Earl 3 came out on the original Xbox, but then since then they were just kind of like faded into obscurity. Only talked about like if people brought up the classics,
I don't even know who they are. So that they were like, okay.
Their games were kind of weird. It was like all about like exploration of like a particular map, collecting like parts of like spaceships and stuff like that. It was very like a weird game even back then. It was only mostly known because of like the weird like early 90s kind of like hip hop kind of vibe to it and stuff. So it's really weird.
So this game is still in beta, I guess.
Yes.
It's out.
Yeah, basically.
And so we're getting additional character.
Yes, we're getting the girl from
Bloodstained,
Miriam, the crystal girl, which is okay. So like I feel like this will be the right indie Smash game, not like the other one that is out right now. Don't get that one.
But yeah, hopefully there's more indie characters.
Yeah, more indie reps, and if they would put another indie rep, who would you want? Shantae?
Yeah. Finally.
Oh, you know what? I got one. Beck?
Who's Beck?
Mighty Number 9.
Oh.
What about you, Omar?
I think I'll get that conehead guy. What's his Balsa Hack? Have you guys heard of that game?
No.
It's very like dark lore and it's like bloody, but it's so cool. Like you guys should look it up. It has like a conehead kind of style and it's cool. Yeah.
Okay, I'll look that up.
Yeah, it's
what is that game? Hat Through Time? Is it called? Like?
Oh, Hat in Time.
Hat in Time. There you go.
You want that character? Oh, that makes sense because she's
kid. Yeah,
she could float around and do combos in the air. I imagine. But yeah, just another fighting game. Since
just a spotlight. It's on Steam. Yeah, you guys can pick it up there.
Yes.
So far, it's only on that platform, but I'd imagine they could probably port it to everything else. So.
All digital.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. So hoping for that.
That is it. So that wraps up this week's Anime Squad podcast episode. Be sure to comment, and subscribe if you guys want to see more stuff like this.
Yes.
And like always, my name is Robbie.
And this is Omar.
And this is David.
And we'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.